So at the start we have a heat of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. On the Berkshire station we have Headington School. On the Buckinghamshire station we have Surbiton High School.
I think this might be our last look at the Diamond Jubilee for today, because we have had quite a few races, haven't we?
We've been really fortunate to have a lot of the races. I mean, some surprises as well.
Yeah, it's been an absolute privilege to watch the racing this morning from the commentary box.
And what I love about this is you've got two boats who are just filled with GB vests. You know, each school has athletes that have represented Anglo-French or Coupe or anything. They've been at all different levels, which is great. And as you can see, as we moved up the river to the 3/4 mile, you see Headington have moved out and now lead Surbiton.
They've just managed to get a little bit of clear water there in between the stern and the bow ball of Headington and Surbiton.
And obviously you've got Headington were bronze medalists at this year's National Schools Regatta in this particular boat class.
Headington have had a real pedigree in this event, but they've never actually made it all the way to claim the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. And Ryan Domain, who runs the programme at Headington, has done a wonderful job. They were so dominant between 2008-9 all the way through to about 2017, and then Henley just spiked. And these guys, these will be the 4 best athletes coming out of the Headington 8.
And that's the thing, it's another big 8 school as well, and it's great to see them in this event, being really competitive. With the history of the school and the way they used to always be in the women's 8 at national schools, that was a big thing. But to see them winning medals in the sculling events, I love seeing that transition now.
And they've got close. In years gone by, they've always been Saturday crew or even potentially a finalist crew in previous years, but they've just never quite managed to get the result in this
Could this be the
event.
year?
It could.
Could it be the year? We saw Henley, not the usual self, I'd say, earlier on today.
And we've got Shrewsbury as well, silver medalist. So we've got all 3 medalists from the national schools competing here this weekend. And it looks like if Headington progress through with no nasty surprises like we saw in earlier rounds, we could be seeing those medalists facing each other at some point this weekend.
And it's great to see Surbiton High School competing, a smaller program that's gradually developing. And that's the great thing about these events. They will encourage more schools to develop young girls' rowing programs in their school and for the opportunity to come and compete at Henley.
Surbiton's not a name you would have seen in junior girls rowing maybe 10 years ago.
No.
And in the last few years, they've produced some excellent athletes. They've gone on to have people representing Great Britain at junior level, at under 23 level. And it just goes to show, we were talking earlier about the development of women's events across the whole board, junior, intermediate and senior. And this is where it starts. It is more club crews, more school crews coming into these events for the first time, for their second time, having a good go at the event and coming up against crews like, Headington, Henley, big players, and actually putting in a really good result.
And I remember when I think back to my early days of Regatta, when I first started really coming here, I remember just the women's single being the only event. So to see it progress now, we've got events across the spectrum, and especially junior events. For me, that's a really important thing at Henley. That introduction to racing at Henley as a junior is so important.
And these guys are going to be the guys that will be racing in the elite events in years to come.
And hopefully some of them progress on to competing in Paris and LA and that sort of thing at the Olympic Games. And as you see Headington approaching the floating grandstand as they cross the line to win that heat of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup ahead of Surbiton High School.